So good morning. Welcome to this lecture on big data analytics. This is a review lecture in which we are going to discuss, all the things that we have discussed previously. Basically, the HDFS commands, the HDFS admin commands, the safe mode of name node, how to configure the web UI, and then how to install pig and how to use pig. Okay. So I'll begin this session by asking if you have any problems. Okay. If you need to discuss anything, if you need to ask any question, you can raise your hand now. All right, all of you are good. That's fine. Okay. Abhishek, unmute yourself. Abhishek Mahajan. Abhishek Mahajan, unmute yourself.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Abhishek, I want to work with HDFS commands. Kindly suggest what I should do.
सर सबसे पहले सर हम टर्मिनल को ऑन करेंगे.
How to do that?
So by clicking on the terminal.
Okay. Terminal on हो गया.
Yes, sir. So, and to run those commands, we have to write a command. Start dfs dot start that minus sign dfs dot sh.
What does this command do?
Sir, it will start all the. It will check the name nodes, secondary name nodes, and data nodes of that whether they are running properly or not. फिर
It
उसके बाद
will
सर
it will check, it will check, or it will do something else.
सर ये स्टार्ट कर देगी उन सबको उन सर्विसेज को
कौन सी
स्टार्ट कर देगी.
सर्विसेज है ये? Which
सर
service?
distributed services.
That's it. Distributed services or distributed file system services?
So distributed file system services.
DFS is distributed file system. So this is the command to start the distributed file system services. So any one of you who has not attended or missed some lectures initially, this would be a good review of HDFS commands. Okay. So Abhishek, stay with me. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
start this distributed file system here. So it is starting the name nodes, the data nodes, and the secondary name nodes. All right. Now, how to check, Abhishek, whether all these are actually working?
So we'll write JPS to check all the services whether they are working or not.
What is JPS? Yes, Abhishek, what is JPS? नहीं आता तो बोल दो नहीं आता.
नहीं सर एक मिनट आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ इट. मेरे को सर का नाम भूल गया वो जो सर इसका कुछ था जावा प्रोग्रेस ऐसे कुछ क्या कुछ सर मेरे को मतलब पूरा याद नहीं है.
Yes. Okay, fine. Akriti, unmute yourself. When I'm asking somebody to unmute, why I should spell it out? You can see a button on your screens. I won't spell it out. If you are not unmuting, that means you are not present. So kindly be alert.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Akriti. Akriti, what is this JPS command Abhishek just told us?
So Java process status, it will tell which nodes are working, like name node, data node, secondary name node, I mean, sir.
Okay. And why do we require these services, Akriti? How would they help us in, what would they help us with?
So to work with Hadoop, we need to work with these services. Basically, data node contains the actual data, the name node contains the metadata, and the secondary name node works as the helper and does the helping task.
Okay. But what it actually does, what does it initiate? When we start these services, what actually happens?
Sir, we are good to work with Hadoop with the services. Like we can apply the commands of Hadoop. Like
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can apply the commands. That's fine. But what happens that we are able to, run these commands? What do we have now once we start these services?
Sir, distributed file system services are on. Like
So we have another file system available, that is the distributed file system. Okay, fine. Yes, Anshul.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Anshul, now tell us a few commands to begin with. What should I do to actually see whether my distributed file system is active? It tells me that these services are on. Which command would I use to check whether my distributed file system is working or not?
So we can run several Hadoop commands to check that whether they are working properly or not. Like we can write Hadoop FS
Okay.
hyphen ls, the most simplest command to list the files in the or will provide the path that is root. So it will
Okay, fine.
all the files that are present in the root directory.
What is this Hadoop FS?
Hadoop FS is basically a command which will tell us that we are running the commands for the file system, and it will initiate all the commands from for our that file system.
Okay, so it is Hadoop FS is Hadoop file system, right?
File system, yes.
So whenever you're going to work with the distributed file system commands, we will use this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So if I don't write this slash here, which you are saying is the symbol for the root, if I don't write it, what does it mean?
It will pick the by default path and would list all the files that are present in our default path.
What is the default path?
Hash home hash HD user.
Okay. I'll repeat.
Sorry, slash home slash HD user.
Okay. It is still incorrect. Let's see who can answer this.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Arish, can you tell me what is the default path? Anchal said slash home slash HD user. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Is it a default HDFS path?
Yes, sir. Where we are currently present, where our Hadoop is installed.
That is a default path you are saying. You're saying this.
Yes.
See, I'm writing. Anchal told this. You are saying it's correct, right? If I write,
Yes,
it should list something, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. See, there is no such file or directory. Okay, let's ask Anchal. She has raised her hand.
Sorry, sir. It was slash user slash HD user.
Okay, so in your distributed file system, the default user folder is slash user, and below that is the HD user folder. That is your default path in HDFS. Remember this, all of you. And in your local file system, it is slash home slash HD user. So if now I write, I'll see a lot of files that are under this HD user folder. Okay, so even if I don't write this, since this is a default path, even if I don't write this, if I just go with this, okay, it will display the same output. You can see both the outputs are similar, only that in the first output, the explicit path is mentioned for the directories or files, whereas in the second output, you have the entire path is not there, only the names are there. Okay, you can see this difference. So that's a good beginning for the commands. So let's ask somebody else now. Kindly be alert. I will ask you to unmute. I won't call your name, okay?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Amanat, good morning. Amanat, tell us a command to create a file in HDFS. I want to create a new file in my distributed file system. I'm asking Amanat, and if some other people know the answer, they can raise their hand simultaneously, right? Yes, Amanat.
Sir, cat.
Okay. I'm asking you to create a file uh, in a distributed file system. Okay. Yeah, please go ahead. Please answer.
Hadoop.
So you're taking a lot of time. Okay. Let's ask somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kunal.
Yes, sir. Hadoop fs
Hmm.
hyphen cat
Hmm.
greater than sign and file name.
Okay. तुम्हारा नाम ही लिख देते हैं. Will it work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had problems in joining. How did you join?
Yes, sir. Actually, I was clicking on the link and that thing was appearing to register or cancel again.
How is that possible? I don't know. But finally, how did you join?
Sir, I then request someone to share me the current active Google Zoom link.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
So this is your answer. Let's ask Dipti Kumari. Yes, Dipti.
So it would be touch Z, TOUCH-Z.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's hi. So it will create an empty file. So it would be hyphen touch Z.
Okay, that's it. That's the command.
And the file name.
Okay. Okay. This is the command.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's take Kunal back. You stay with me, Dipti.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kunal, like the command that you were saying, we cannot create a file with the cat command in HDFS, right? I
Okay,
don't
sir.
think you've done it yourself. You tried it. That's possible in the local file system. But in the distributed file system, you can only create a zero length file. Okay.
Okay,
You
sir.
cannot write a file there. And for that, the command is touch Z. Okay. And this will
Okay, sir.
create a file in the default user HD user folder with the name as Deepti and a size as 0. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
we'll check that. So kindly keep this in mind. We cannot use the command that you suggested. That's possible in the local file system. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So how to check this, Kunal? I want to check whether this file is actually there.
Uh, Sorry, sir. Can you repeat?
I want to check whether the file I created is still there.
Yes, sir. Sir, we'll write Hadoop fs ls hyphen ls root.
उसे दिख जाएगी फाइल?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Let's see. बताइए कहाँ पर है? It's not there, Kunal. Okay. Amanat
Sir,
भी.
default path पे store होगी ना वो touch Z से.
Okay. Yes, Amanat.
Yes, sir. सर एक्चुअली कैट के साथ डिस्प्ले होगी क्योंकि कैट सिर्फ हम
No,
डिस्प्ले करा सकते हैं
yeah, fine. I don't want to display. I'm just saying whether it is there or not. So we can use this ls also. We can use cat also. But the file is not visible as suggested by Kunal. Now you can tell Amanat कि क्या लिखे यहाँ पर change करें.
सर फाइल तो वो बनी नहीं है मतलब टच जेड से जीरो फाइल तो क्रिएट होती है पर उसमें कुछ स्टोर नहीं होता है.
Store नहीं होता, but it should be visible, na? The zero length file. I'm just saying how to locate that file. So Kunal and Amanat, you can see either you write this. That is the default path, Kunal. Look on screen. That is a default path. We just discussed it in the beginning of a lecture. Either you write like this, Kunal, okay? Then you will see this file we just made. The name as Deepti. You can see it now. That's a fourth file. Trash A1 A111 Deepti. Can you see it? Okay. Kunal wants to say something. Yes, Kunal.
Yes, sir. Sir, I said that it would be stored in default path.
But you
That
suggested
is
a slash there. I don't know what do you mean by
okay.
default path. You should be clear about the default path.
Okay,
Slash is not the
okay, sir.
default path. You suggested this. This is not the default path. This means we want to list the files in the root of the HDFS. That's why I'm taking so much time for this distinction, so that if you people have not understood it initially, you can understand it now. This is
Okay,
the
sir.
root.
It,
Okay, this is the root. This is the user folder. If I list like this, it will show the files and directories under the user folder. If I don't write anything, okay, then it will go to the default folder user HD user. You can see the Deepti file again now, the fourth file that is present.
yes, sir.
Okay? You can see the size as 0. All right, is that fine? So I
Yes,
think
sir.
we are clear about the paths. Thank you, Kunal. Thanks. Okay, so now let's talk about creating some files in the local file system. I want to create a file, say ABC in my local file system. Which command can I use? You can raise your hands now. Yes, Ajay Kumar, unmute yourself. So Ajay Kumar is absent. I'll just keep on noting. I'm writing on a piece of paper now the people who are absent today. So Ajay Kumar is absent. Let's ask somebody else now. Yes, I've asked somebody, unmute yourself. I've asked somebody to unmute. If you are active, you can just unmute yourself. All right. So Anjali Singh is also absent today. Let's look for the. Yes, unmute yourself. I've asked somebody.
Yes, sir. Good
Yes.
morning, sir.
Good morning. Is it Babish?
Yes, sir.
Babish, what is the command to create a file in the local file system? I want to create a file with the name as ABC. Suggest a command.
Sorry, sir. I don't know.
तो फिर आपको कैसे पास करेंगे इस पेपर में? आपने तो पहले एक फाइल ही नहीं बनानी आती आपको. इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम. फाइल बनानी तो आनी चाहिए. बिग डेटा में डेटा तो बाद में आएगा, पहले फाइल बनेगी. आपको फाइल बनानी नहीं आती है. Yes, Babish, please answer.
Sir,
बताइए बताइए. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर. सोचिए, मैं दोबारा पूछूंगा आपसे.
okay, sir.
यस अंजलि.
Sir, create cat file
आपने
name.
पहले when I asked you why didn't you unmute, you were not attentive.
सर मैं ऑप्शन नहीं देखा.
क्यों नहीं देखा? Where were you looking? You are supposed to look at the screen of your laptop or mobile. That is how the lecture goes. ये सिर्फ सुनने से काम चल जाएगा.
नहीं सर, देखने से भी काम चलेगा.
हाँ, you need to be alert, all of you. Kindly see that. I've told you time and again, till the time we finish our semester, don't take it for granted that you will pass in this subject. मुझे आपकी 100% participation चाहिए इसमें. Okay, I will judge that. You can trust my evaluation. आपको पता है, मेरे को पता चल जाएगा. So kindly be alert. That's what you need to do. Okay, बताइए अंजलि.
cat file name.
Okay, फाइल नेम आपका रख दें, चल जाएगा ऐसे, बन जाएगी फाइल?
सर वो ग्रेटर देन कैट की तरफ साइन होगा फिर फाइल नेम
ऐसे होगा, ओके ठीक है। ये तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, फाइल नहीं क्रिएट हुई अंजलि, व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम?
सर हमें लिखना पड़ेगा ना hadoop fs create cat file
वो लिखना पड़ेगा। आई एम आस्किंग यू टू क्रिएट अ फाइल इन द लोकल फाइल सिस्टम, तो हडूप कहाँ से आ गया?
सॉरी सर create cat file name तब वो फाइल क्रिएट करेगा।
अच्छा ठीक है, करते हैं जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है। क्या लिखें? क्रिएट
cat file name
ऐसे,
yes sir
ओके। वो कह रहा है देयर इज नो कमांड क्रिएट। सी द प्रॉब्लम इज, अगर आप इफ यू डोंट ट्राई टू लर्न थिंग्स तो नहीं समझ में आएगा। अंजलि, आई एम टेलिंग दिस थिंग टू यू एंड टू अदर्स हु आर अनेबल टू आंसर दिस सिंपल क्वेश्चन which you must have learned in your operating system lecture also in the 4th semester. So the command is like this. Yeah, I know many people are raising hands. You can lower your hands. I know that you know the answer. Thank you. This was the right command, Anjali. Okay, and then you are supposed to write the contents of the file. Like this, I want to save in this file. See, these are the contents. Once I am done, I can press Ctrl D to save this. Okay, so these contents will get saved in the file Anjali, and if I need to display it, I'll just write this without a greater than symbol and it will display the contents. So
yes
Anjali,
sir
ये आता नहीं था, देखिए, this is not good. You should have answered this question. Okay, I'll ask you again, don't worry, right? All right, so this is how you create a file. Okay, then if I want to list this file, what I should do? Raise your hands now. If I want to list this file, only this file. Okay, let's ask Gagandeep Kaur.
Sir, just put the ls command.
That's it?
Yes sir.
You didn't hear my question, Gagan. I said if I just want to list only this file.
So it will work. All the files will get
I'm asking you to
displayed
list
whatever
all,
the
yeah, but I want you to answer. I just want to list this file, Gagan. All right, let's ask, yeah, I'll ask you again, don't worry. Let's ask
Yes,
Lovepreet. Yes, Lovepreet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So ls and then file name.
Yeah, that's it. Just write ls and then the file name. It will list the file. If you want to see all the details also, use the long format.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see Anjali file created on 3rd November, 57 bytes is the size, and all the permissions are there, you know about that, right? Okay, Lovepreet, can you tell me how I know that this Anjali is a file and not a directory?
Sir, in long form, the first, if it is a directory, then the first hyphen would be D.
The first character would be D if it is a directory. If it is a hyphen, that means it's a regular file. Okay, right. Okay, so that is the indication. What about the next 9 characters, Lovepreet?
Sir, it tells us the permissions, like first 3 are for the user, read, write, and execute. So
Okay.
the main user have the permissions to read and write, but not execute.
Okay.
And the next 3 are for the group. And
group to which the user belongs. Okay.
yes, sir. And then the last 3 are for other users.
For users who are not a part of the group. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So we'll talk about changing these permissions soon. Okay. All right. So let's now have a quick poll. I'm launching a poll, it's in front of you now. 20 seconds to answer this. Exactly at 20 seconds, I'll close it. Remember. At 20 seconds, I'll close it. I'm closing it now. So I'm going to share the results with you. Still 7 people have answered start-DFS. Can you raise your hands who has answered start-DFS? Raise your hands, please, so that we can see who these people are. Yeah, I repeat. Yeah, that's good. Yes, Jaswinder. Unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Jaswinder, you have answered start-DFS. We have finished learning about big data analytics. You don't know how to start the distributed file system services. We discussed this in the beginning, Abhishek told us in the beginning how to start. Still you are answering the first option. Why?
Sir.
नहीं आता सर, फिर आपको पास नहीं करते इसमें? आपको आता ही नहीं है तो फिर पास कैसे करेंगे बताइए? आपको एक चीज जो बहुत बार हम हर क्लास में पढ़ते हैं, and then we study it in the beginning of today's class also, still you are not able to answer. What is the reason? आप बताइए. How should we, make you learn this thing? How can I help you in that? Please tell. Yeah, Jaswinder, I'm waiting for your answer, please.
Yes, sir. बाकी देखे हैं.
Yes, Jaswinder, क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
मैं तो सर बाकी देखे हैं कि सारे वो ध्यान नहीं पाया मैं.
ध्यान करो पऊगा. सेमेस्टर ਦੇ ਮੁੱਕ ਚਲਾ ਹੁਣ ध्यान करो पाना. Be attentive, okay? मैं फिर एक repeat कर रहा हूँ. All of you who are answering incorrectly, there will be trouble for them while we are preparing the final results. ये ध्यान रखिए. We are going to evaluate these polls, please. Okay. Let's see if we have another poll here for you guys. Not yet. We'll wait for that. Okay. Now we have created this file Anjali, which is in the local file system. I want to transfer it in the distributed file system. See, I'll go slowly with all the commands so that, even if you have missed something, you can just have a quick review. Then you can, apply it. A file is there. Basic idea is that we transfer files to HDFS for, analytics purpose. And simply because huge files can be stored in HDFS because the files are distributed. Okay. So I want to transfer this file Anjali into the distributed file system. Okay. People have started raising hands. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Very good. So many people are there. All right. All right. All right. Let's pick up somebody who's not raising hands. Okay. So let's pick up Badal. Badal, can you hear me? Badal is not present, I suppose. So Badal is also absent. Let me just note it down. Badal Dhiman is absent. Okay. Next we have, Virender Joshi, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Virender, can you suggest a command through which we can transfer this file Anjali into the root of the distributed file system?
HDFS.
HDFS.
DFS.
Okay.
-put
और
सर अंजलि फाइल का नाम.
That's it. Where will it go, Virender?
It will go in DFS file, sir. Hadoop.
Where? Where
लोकल
it
में
will?
जाएगा शायद.
कहाँ पे?
लोकल.
What is local क्या होता है? Local से तो भेज रहे हैं हम.
लोकल से सर HDFS से.
कहाँ पर HDFS में?
Hadoop पे.
Hadoop में कहाँ पर जाएगा? That's what I'm asking. Where? Which folder it will go to?
Sorry.
Okay, but keep on listening to the answers. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
All right. Let's ask Anchal, 166. Yes, Anchal.
यस सर. सर रूट स्लैश आएगी साथ में.
I'm asking, अगर ये ऐसे लिखा है तो where it will go? Where will this file Anjali go if I just write it like this?
सर डिफॉल्ट पाथ में जाएगी.
डिफॉल्ट पाथ पे जाएगी. ठीक है. So ठीक है, हम इसको रूट में भेज देते हैं. Let's send it to root. So it will go to root. Okay. All right. Now what to do? I want to see the web UI. Anchal, you are still with me, I suppose?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anchal, I want to see the web UI of my distributed file system. I'm using the command interface right now. So can you suggest how to, see that? All of you can lower your hands now, please. Thank you.
सर ब्राउजर पे जाके.
ब्राउजर पे जाएंगे. चलिए ब्राउजर पे चले जाते हैं. एक नया टैब खोल लो. क्या लिखूं?
सर वहाँ पे लोकल होस्ट.
ये आ गया सामने. ये ठीक है? यही है ना?
यस सर.
9870, right?
यस.
यहाँ पर क्या करूं? ये तो कुछ फाइल दिख नहीं रही मुझे. कहाँ पर जाना है यहाँ पे?
सर यूटिलिटीज पे.
ओके. देन
ब्राउज द फाइल सिस्टम.
ओके. ये आ गया हमारा फाइल सिस्टम. All right. So this is the web UI, right? This is the web UI. So currently it is showing the root directory. Okay. And if I wish to go to some directory, you can see all in the permissions, the first character, if it is a hyphen, that means it's a file. And if it is a D, that means it's a directory. So you can see a D here. Can you see a D here, all of you? Okay. So, and you can see the permissions for user group and others are there. Okay. So we can just okay. So if we need to go to any directory, we can just click on. So if we want to go to this P11 directory, I can click on it. It will show the contents of the P11 directory, and accordingly the path here changes to /P11. All right. If I go to further to some other, if I want to see this file, I can just click on this file. It will show me the file details. Okay. It will tell me how many blocks this file is. So you can see the size of this file is 611689. Okay, so obviously if our block size is 2 MB, it will have only one block. Okay, so let's now have some discussion on the blocks, on our data nodes, on the name nodes, and then we will come back to these commands. So I'm going back here, and I'm going to look for I'm going to list the files, list all the files. Okay, so you can see all the files here. Can you see this file Tech-Xpert.txt, all of you? Its size is 5 point something, more than 5 MB. So if I transfer this file into my distributed file system, so let me look for this file ls-l. Okay, so if I just want to list this file, I can use some globs here, Shakespeare, shake star dot star, something like this. So it will list this file. So you understand this star. That means that the file name starting with shake and having any extension. That is the meaning of this list that I have done. Okay. So you can see that this file is there. I want to transfer this file into the distributed file system. Okay, it's present in my local file system. I want to use some command. Okay, so I'm not going to use put command now, some other command. So maybe you can suggest. Raise your hands, please, all of you. Suggest a command so that this file can be shifted to the distributed file system without using the put command. That is the first question. And then next question I'll ask after that. So let's ask, yeah, I've asked somebody to unmute.
Yes, sir. Good
Yes.
morning, sir.
Good morning. Sharanjit, what's the command?
Sir, it will be hadoop fs hyphen copy from local. Sir, F capital and L capital.
Okay, like this. All right.
And then file name.
Okay.
And then the destination path, that is
Okay.
root.
Let's put it in, I want to put it in the user folder.
Yes, sir.
So I can write here /user, right? It will go to the user folder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will transfer it. And I'll go to the web UI, Sharanjit. Okay, I'll go to the user folder. I can just write user here, that's fine.
Yes.
This will show me the user folder. Okay. Can you see the file shakespeare.txt, all of you?
Yes.
See how many, the size is 5.32 MB, Sharanjit. Block size is 2 MB. Okay. So how many blocks for this file in the distributed file system?
Sir, it would be 3 blocks.
Okay. What are the sizes of those 3 blocks?
Sir, first 2 blocks will be of 2 MB.
Okay.
And then the last one will be, I suppose, 1 point something MB.
1.32 MB. Okay, fine. That's the correct one. Let's see how we can see that, right? So just click here. You can see the block information here for this file shakespeare.txt. So you can see block 0 is having a size of 2 MB. You can see this is 2 MB. 2097152 bytes is 2 MB. So if I look for block 1, again it is the same size. And if I go for the third block, it is 1.3 something MB. That's the correct one, right? So this is how these blocks are converted. So now let's talk about these blocks, Sharanjit. If I want to see the blocks, like obviously these blocks are in where they are located. Are they with the name node or the data node?
Sir, they will be with the data node.
They will be with the data node. How can I check them? How can I look for them? Kindly suggest. Where to look for them?
We can go to the that folder that I forgot that path. It was
Okay, we can ask some other students. Thank you, Sharanjit.
yes.
Yes, I've asked somebody to unmute.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Gursevak, where to look for these blocks?
Sir, we can head over to data nodes.
Where should I look for this? I'll go to the file system. Where now?
So these blocks would be in the HDFS now. So we can't browse with normal file system.
All right. That's your answer. Let's see if somebody can do it. Okay, just wait. Yes, Anshul. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anshul, unmute yourself.
So we will go in computer.
In computer, okay.
So 1 minute.
You forgot the default path where your Hadoop is installed, huh? We go to user.
Then yes, sir.
Okay.
Then we'll go in local. Then we will go in Hadoop.
Sure.
Underscore store.
Okay. So we go to this. You remember when we set up our name nodes and data nodes, listen all of you very clearly. We set up this path that what would be the location of our name node and data node directories. And we set up this folder as this. If you wish, I can show you this configuration here. Anchal, can you tell me the path?
Which path, sir?
Where my name node and data
user local slash Hadoop.
If we see this path, okay. I'm sorry. Just a second. I just wanted to list it. So if we see this, there is a folder HDFS. So we can go to that. And below that are our name node and data node directories. So we were on the correct path here in our file system. So we are here in Hadoop store. Below that there is an HDFS folder.
HDFS.
And below that are the data node and name node folders.
Name nodes.
So let's go to data node folder. Then there is this current folder. Okay. Then there is this block
BP.
pool. Yeah, block pool is for all the blocks. Then we go to the current. And then there are two
RBW.
folders, finalized and RBW.
RBW.
Which one we go?
Sir, they are firstly present in RBW.
While they are being written, then this RBW is replica being written. So initially they are here for some time and then they go to this.
They go to the finalized.
Okay, I'll show you also this transition once again. I've shown it to you before also. So let's go to finalized. Then there are some directories. This system is automatically, creation of directories. You don't have any role to play in this. And here are all our blocks. Okay, so we can look for a particular block, like this block is here. Okay, and the thing that I want to discuss with you all is, Anchal, I'm muting you. Thank you. Okay, fine. So this is the block. Like this is some block, like the one I showed you in the Tech-Xpert file. This is the block information, and this is the block meta. Okay, the checksum information is here in this meta file. So let's go back to Gursevak. Gursevak, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
So you see we can reach out the HDFS, because whatever is there in the HDFS, that is a distributed file system, but all the information, all the blocks are there in the system itself. Okay, so we are working on a actual single node cluster, so everything needs to be here. Tell me how this checksum is calculated, Gursevak, how the size of this meta file. Let me show you the size of this block. Okay, see all of you, if this block name is 1073742079, its meta file would be, initially it would be like this, and then _1255 dot something like this. Okay, so which indicates that this is the checksum of this block. Okay, let's check its size. Let's check its size. It is 107 bytes. Okay, so what would be the size of this meta file, Gursevak? That is the question to you. Very easy question I've asked you. कुछ calculation भी नहीं करनी है. Can you answer it, Gursevak?
I don't know, sir.
Gursevak, it's not good. You are one of our, better students. आपको पता है, but you've not answered any question today. We are just checking your retention. हम ये नहीं देख रहे आपने कितना याद किया हुआ है आज. Okay.
Yes.
So we are just checking your retention, I would say. All right, no problems. We'll ask you again. Who can answer this? Raise your hands, please. Okay, Abhinav Kashyap wants to answer. Other Kamlesh wants to answer. Kamlesh, okay, Kamlesh has already done this question correctly in the exam. Abhinav, you can speak out.
Sir, 11.
11. Can you explain how?
Sir, for the particular file, it will be 7. And after that, we will add 4 in it.
I've not got the first sentence correctly. For a particular file, it will be 7. What is that? The description is not good. Answer is correct. So we'll ask Kamlesh. Yes, Kamlesh.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer, Kamlesh?
सर जो हेडर इंफॉर्मेशन होता है उसके लिए 7 बाइट लगता है सर.
Very good. So for the checksum, the header information, it should be 7. If it is less than 7, that means file is corrupt. Okay, go ahead.
And the other byte, if it is more than 512 bytes, then 4 bytes will be added.
If it is up to for every 512 bytes, we add 4
Yes.
bytes to the header. So this file is 107. So 4 bytes are added to the header, 7 bytes. So the total size is 11, as you can see here. Okay, this is the size 11. This is how checksum is calculated. All right. So thank you, Abhinav and Kamlesh. So for just to have a good this thing, I'll show you the same thing again. Okay, so यहाँ पर ऐसा करते हैं. Let me go to this folder. All of you pay attention. Okay, that will just firmly make you understand how this is done. I'm coming to this here. Okay, so you can see 2 folders in front of you, finalized in RBW. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to transfer one big file into my HDFS. Okay, let me look for a big file. So we have got many files here. There is one tar.gz file. Okay, let's locate that along with its detailed size. Okay, so you can see it is good 100 something bytes. Okay, so I'll transfer this file into the distributed file system. So we'll have good number of blocks. So all these blocks, while the file is being written into the HDFS, listen carefully, they will be first shifted to RBW, and once they are they are being written, they are good, they'll be transferred into the finalized block, and we can see this transition. Okay, let's see it again. All of you pay attention. The command would be simple. Any command can be used. So hadoop fs -put we can use, and then we can use this file pig -16. This is the file. Okay, let me transfer it to the root. Okay, all of you see it on screen now. I'm going to transfer this big file. It will take some time to transfer. Okay, and then I'll shift to the RBW block. Okay, RBW folder, sorry. It has started now. See, it has started writing. Let's go here. Look into RBW. Can you see blocks being shifted and then being shifted to the finalized block? They are coming to RBW. Once they are confirmed, now RBW is blank. Okay, now it is blank because everything has gone into the finalized block. So that is how it is done. So RBW is the replica being written. So first they are written into this folder, and once confirmed that they are okay, the checksum is good, they are transferred to the finalized folder. This is how you can manage all your data nodes here in this cluster. Okay, let's come back to some Hadoop commands. Okay, I want to transfer, I want to move a file from my local file system into the distributed file system. I'll create a file for all of you. Say this file is puja123. Say these are the contents. We can see the contents as the file has been created. Okay, I want to move this file from my local file system to the distributed file system. Move is not copy. You understand the difference between copy and move. I want to move this file from my local file system to the distributed file system. Which command I should write? Okay, Gursevak is going to answer now. Gursevak, you can unmute yourself.
Sir, it is move from local.
Yeah, how to write it?
So it is hadoop fs -move from local.
Move from local. Okay.
Local. Then space puja123.
okay, then the root,
and then
right?
slash.
So once I do this, it won't be here anymore, right? That's what you're suggesting. Okay, let's do it. So it has moved the file. So if I do a cat here, it will say no such file because it has been moved to the HDFS. And can we look it in HDFS? So let's look for this exact file. So I can write here this. This will list only this file, I suppose. Only one file now. You can see that it has moved to HDFS in the root. Okay. Good Sevak, stay with me. Now I want to move this file back from my HDFS into my local file system. What is the command for that?
So this is move from local, move to local.
Okay, I'm going to run it. Move to local, right? And I need to write like this, I suppose, right? ठीक है ना?
Yes.
Okay. So, Gursevak, will it be done, and will we be able to see the file in the local file system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone who differs with this?
No, sir. Sir, the first path would be the local file system, and the second would be HDFS.
So what should I write here?
Here should be the path.
पाथ का भी क्लैरिटी नहीं है आपको, है पाथ की क्लैरिटी नहीं है. सो मूव टू लोकल में पहले तो सोर्स ही आएगा, पहले तो सोर्स ही आएगा ना. तो सोर्स इज देयर, you want to move to local this file. So if you don't specify anything after puja 1 2 3, it should come to the current path. Okay, all right. Lovepreet wants to answer. Gursevak, stay with me. Yes, Lovepreet.
Sir, after it we will give the path to which to where we want to move.
Okay, I'll give this path as say /home/hd user. ये ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
This will work now?
Sir, before that we will write local.
Where?
Sir, just before the home.
What would be that?
Local.
Why?
Because
I'm sorry, both of you are giving incorrect answers. देखो दो चीजें हैं इस कमांड में. One is how it works. Second, both of you are not clear about the path. That's very surprising. Okay. Anchal Mittal has raised hand, but I won't ask her. I'll ask Dimanshu Abhishek. Yes, Dimanshu.
Sir, Hadoop FS hyphen move to local. Sir, file name and destination name.
File name and then?
Sir, where we want to move the, I mean location.
And where should I move it? अगर मैं नहीं बताता हूँ कि कहाँ मूव करना है, तो wherever I am currently present, it will come there. What is the problem?
Yes,
हाँ, so the question is, like, even Dimanshu, you are not clear about this thing. Okay, so you also wait. Let's ask one more person. Yes, Aditya.
Sir, we write /home/hd user.
Okay. How is it different from if you don't write anything? If we write this, or if we don't write anything, it's one and the same thing. Because we are present in home HD user. Okay, so this is the problem with most of you. You don't understand this. I would first go with this. Okay, I would first go with this. One more person is left. Yes, Anshul, unmute yourself and answer this question. Yes, Anshul. Anshul, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer?
Sir, actually, when I tried, it gives me error. It does not move to local.
It does not move to local. Okay, what error it gives, or does it tell you that this feature is not yet implemented?
Not yet implemented.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This we learned in our class, that moving a file from your distributed file system to your local file system, this feature is not yet implemented. That is one part of this command. So it will say the feature is not yet implemented. Okay, move to local is not implemented yet. So you cannot move a file from your local file system to your distributed file system, but we can copy. Okay, so that is the thing I want to discuss with you now. Okay, this is clear, like we cannot move a file from our distributed file system to the local file system. We can copy, but we cannot move. One thing. Now most of you, Gursevak, Lovepreet, Dimanshu, not clear about the path. Okay, let's see that now. Let's go to the web UI of our HDFS. Let's go to the root. Okay, I'm going to move this file, say, okay, this file dataset-movies.csv. I'm going to copy this file to the local file system. This is in my distributed file system. Okay, I'll see whether it is in the local file system also. If it is there, I'll remove it. That's there also. I'll remove it. The command is rm. So I've removed this. Now this file is not present here in my local file system. I will copy it from my distributed file system. So all of you pay attention. Those of you who answered, that this path, what path, source, destination. Let's see that. So it is hadoop fs hyphen, the get command is there. Get is when you want to copy files from your distributed file system into your local file system. Now after get, you need to tell from where, the source from where the file needs to be copied. So it should be the root and then the file name. Okay, if I just write this command, that means that this file dataset-movies.csv from the root of the distributed file system should be copied. I'm not mentioning, I don't write anything after this. That means I'm not mentioning my target, the destination. Then the destination is where you currently are. Let's see where we are currently. Okay, let's first see that. We are currently in our folder /home/hduser. That is the default folder in your local file system. Okay, and let me now write the command. Okay, from my this dataset-movies.csv. That's it. If I just write this, okay, I'm saying copy a file from the distributed file system into my local file system. That is what get command does, and I don't mention any destination. See, the file is copied. Okay, and if you list it, okay, we have written some incorrect word here. Yeah. So if now if I list it, it will show me the file. If I list it, it's there. It has been copied, and I use this command. I didn't mention any destination. So Gursevak and Lovepreet, if you've understood, you can raise your hands now. Okay, and then there is an explicit way of doing it. Okay. Again, I'll, what I'll do is I'll remove this file from here. I'll remove it from this. Again, I'll use this command, and now I'll write the complete path. Okay, it is similar to your previous command. Once again, it will copy. Once again, you can see, you can list it. It's there. See, it's there. Okay, so I hope you've understood this. This path is very important. While in Windows also, in Linux also, where are you moving your files? Where are your file locations? What is the path? That is very important for you to understand how it works. Okay, so time for another quick poll. Okay. Yeah, the poll is there. So 20-25 seconds for this. Time is limited. We have now 10 seconds left to answer. Five seconds. Closing the poll now. Sharing the results with you. 42 people have answered correctly. Can somebody tell me who has answered copy? You can raise your hands. We can have a good discussion. I'll see it later on in the poll results. You can raise your hands. Who has answered copy? 3 people have answered copy. I'm sharing the results. You can see copy here. 3 people have answered this. So who has answered this copy option? Kindly raise your hand, please. Don't feel shy. There's no problem. Who has answered get? You can raise your hands. No problems. Okay. Akriti. Yes, Akriti. Akriti, you wrote it incorrectly, I suppose.
Sir, no, sir. I opted for put, and at the end, it automatically got selected by get when I used click to submit it by
ऐसा कैसे हो
mistake.
गया? अच्छा,
वो
ठीक
सर मैंने enter दबाया तो वो नीचे पे click चले गया था.
Many people have. Divanshu has also raised hand. Yes, Divanshu. What happened?
सर वो बाय मिस्टेकली हो गया था गेट
बाय मिस्टेकली हो गया. उसे बाय मिस्टेक अगर ऐसे कोई अपने एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में होगा तो फिर सीट नहीं मिलेगी आगे पढ़ने के लिए या जॉब के लिए, है?
वो सर जल्दी में स्टेटमेंट पढ़ने में थोड़ी मिस्टेक हो गई. टाइम लिमिट के 30 सेकंड सर आपने टाइमर दे दिया.
तो इस पे पढ़ने में है क्या? ये तो अभी इतनी बारी किया हमने स्क्रीन पे. टू कॉपी अ फाइल फ्रॉम लोकल टू दिस. ये तो 1 सेकंड में हो जाना चाहिए
सर. वो
नो प्रॉब्लम्स. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम्स, कोई बात नहीं. ओके, सो इतनी टेंशन नहीं लेनी पोल की भी. ठीक है, ध्यान से देना है लेकिन टेंशन नहीं लेनी. अच्छा, एक वैसे ही चेक कर लेते हैं आपको याद है कि नहीं कुछ. अनदर पोल इज कमिंग योर वे. इस पे 30 सेकंड्स दे देता हूं. ठीक है, आराम से पढ़ लो क्वेश्चन एंड देन यू कैन आंसर. Okay, I'm going to close this in next 5 seconds now. I've closed. I'm going to share the results. See, now 100% result is there for something which we have not discussed today. That's good. Your WhatsApp is quite active right now, I suppose. Okay. So to check the health of the file system, we use the fsck command. That is the file system check command. That's good. All of you have answered it correctly. That's very good. Let's see if there's another poll for us. Okay. So, all right, for later. Let's now move ahead. We have seen the file creation, file copying, moving. Okay. Let's create a directory now. Okay. I want to create a directory in my distributed file system. Okay. So I'll write a command and I'll ask somebody. You can raise your hands to answer this. I've written this command. Will it work? Raise your hands. You can read the command first. Okay. I'll help you out. We'll see whether there is some folder K1 here so that you are sure. So there is no, folder slash K1 folder is not there in your HDFS. I'm trying to do this command. Will it work? You can raise your hands to answer this. Okay, fine. So many people have raised hand. Let's pick up somebody who has not answered today. Amindeep can answer this. Yes, Amindeep?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Will it work?
No, sir.
Why? What is the problem for its working?
सर बिकॉज वो स्लैश K1 एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रहा तो वो एरर शो करा देगा कि वो है ही नहीं डायरेक्टरी में. यस सर.
इसको कैसे चलाएंगे अमीनदीप? हाउ वी कैन मेक इट वर्क?
सर पहले क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा उससे फाइल को K1 K2.
अच्छा, K1 K2. ओके, फाइन फाइन फाइन. सो ठीक है.
क्वेश्चन और था.
हाँ जी, बोलिए.
हाँ जी सर, ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪੋਲ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਕਾਪੀ ਲੋਕਲ ਟੂ ਵਾਲਾ. ਸਰ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਾਪੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਮਾਂਡ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ?
Because that is not an HDFS command. We are talking about HDFS command. So to transfer a file from your local to HDFS or HDFS to local, we need some commands which HDFS recognizes.
Yes,
So
sir.
वो
So
commands है
जैसे
get, put, copy to local, copy from local, like this. जो
yes,
copy
sir.
command है, it works in your local file system only.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
The
okay.
CP command is there, so there is no copy command for HDFS. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
So you say that this command that you have written is not possible. Let's ask. So many people have raised hand. Okay, कोई नए हैं देखें. अच्छा, okay, okay. Gagan, Aditya, all have answered. Okay, let's pick up Aditya. Yes, Aditya.
So firstly, we need to create a K1, then
Okay.
K2, and K3.
ऐसे करना पड़ेगा. That's what Amindeep answered. Let's ask Gagan. Yes, Gagan.
Sir, it will create it.
It will be created.
K1.
Then
Firstly,
K.
it will K1, then K2, then K3.
All right. ठीक है Gagan. We have taken your answer. Let's ask somebody else. Okay, okay, okay. Anshul Mittal, Aditya, Kamlesh, Kunal, Gursevak, Lovepreet, so many people. Sharanjeet. Okay, let's ask Sharanjeet. Yes, Sharanjeet.
Sir, it will be not created. For that, if we want to, either we have to create K1, K2 separately, or we can go with Hadoop FS, mkdir, and then minus P option.
Hyphen
That
P
will
option. That is, yeah. So we have a hyphen P option. Okay. So Gagan, you said it would be created if the parent directories are not there. Basically, with this command, you are trying to create the K3 directory, which you say is under K1 and K2 directories. But if K1, K2 are not present, it won't work. So you can make it work with this hyphen P option, which says that if parent is not there, create it. Okay. So first we will run it just like that, Gagan, for you, so that you can see that it is not running. Okay. So no such file or directory. Okay. K1, K2 is not there, so K3 cannot be created. Okay. If we want to make it happen, right, we can do this. We can use a hyphen P. Okay. So this will create the entire tree there. Now you can go there and you can see that there is this K1, you can see it on screen. Okay. Below that there is K2. If you click on K2, below that K3 has been created. Okay. So I hope this is clear to both Amindeep and Gagan. You can raise your hands. Some people are still raising hands. Okay. If you yeah, lower your hands now so that I understand that it's clear. Otherwise, if you need to, yeah, fine. All is good. Okay. So directories have been created. Let's use this fsck command that we just discussed. So we can have a Hadoop fsck, and then we can give a path. Okay. So it says use HDFS fsck. Okay, that is the correct one. So let's use the correct one so that we are up to the latest standards. This is the command that we have used. So it is checking whether the file system under the root is healthy or not. You can see it will tell you number of data nodes, 1, number of racks, 1, directories 135. You can see how many blocks are there, replicated and all. Okay. The entire, and if there are some problems, some replication factor which has not been achieved, all that would be listed. See, we in a single node cluster, this is the detail of this fsck command. So all the files whose replicas could not be created because we are using a single node cluster, they would be shown as under replicated. Okay. So next we'll come to this replication factor. Okay. So let me ask somebody how I can check what is the replication factor currently set for my cluster. How I can check it here? One is I can go to web UI. I don't want to go to web UI. I want to check it on my command line itself. Through some mechanism by opening some configuration file, something like this. So can you suggest me how it can be done? None of you can you tell me the configuration file in which the replication factor is there? So let's first let's change to our default folder. This is the default folder, and below that there is a etc folder, and this in this folder under my default folder there is a etc folder and a Hadoop folder. in which all my configuration files are there. So if you don't remember, it is there in front of you. This is that path where all your configuration files are there. I list it for you. You can see the configuration files. Okay, so let me open this HDFS site file for you. Okay, okay, HDFS site.xml. I'm going to open this file for you. Okay, so you can see the replication factor is there. You've set it up here in this configuration file. You should remember these things. These things are important because this is how your cluster is going to work as per your wish. So you can see right now the replication factor is 1. Replication factor is 1. Okay, and the block size also we have set here is 2 MB. Okay, then we have also specified which path is our name node directory. You remember that? So user local Hadoop store HDFS name node. Where is our data node directory? So we have this HDFS data node directory here. And then if we want our web UI to work properly, you remember we had this property here with the name as dfs.permissions.enabled and the value as true. So this is your HDFS site.xml file. The question here is, I want to create, say, let's see, we have a file here. Let's create a file here first, then let's create a file here, Amisha, hi all, that's it. Okay, and let's save it. Now what I want from this is I want to transfer this file. Let's say this file is very important. I want a replication factor of 5 for this file, because if I just transfer it to my HDFS, it will have a replication factor of 1, that is by default. So can I set a replication factor of 5 for this file? You can raise your hands to answer this question. Okay, many people are raising hands. Karthik is there. Yes, Karthik.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Karthik.
Hello.
Karthik, you are audible.
Sir,
What's
we
your
will
answer?
make use of set trap operation.
Okay. All right. Help me how to do it. Yes, Karthik, go ahead.
Hadoop FS minus setup strap.
Setrap ऐसे लिख दूं?
Minus setup.
Okay.
Space 5 slash Amisha slash.
Okay. Will it work?
Hope so, sir.
But you are saying that there is a file in my root with the name as Amisha, but you created the file in your local file system, isn't it? So first we must move it to the distributed file system, right? पहले इस फाइल को वहाँ ट्रांसफर तो कर दें.
Okay, sir.
So we transfer this file Amisha
Okay, sir.
here. Now this file in the root Amisha will have a replication of only 1. Okay, so it will have a replication of
Yes,
1, as you can see. Okay, I think you can see this file Amisha with a replication factor of 1. All of you can see this. Okay, now with the command,
yes, sir.
we will change the command that you are saying. Okay, so let's change it here as setrep, and you are suggesting this, and you are saying make it like this. That's what you are telling me. Hadoop FS hyphen setrep 5, and
Yes,
you are
sir.
mentioning that this file. Okay, okay. Let's
Yes,
see.
sir.
It will tell you. So replication is set. Okay, fine. Let's check. Let's refresh this and see whether Amisha has now a replication of 5. You can see it has now a replication of 5, right? This is how your setrep
Yes, sir.
command works. Okay, one more thing. Karthik, stay with me. Let's look for a directory, Karthik. Yeah, P11 directory. Can you see Karthik here? P11. I'm going to click on it, and there are 2 files. Karthik, can you hear? Karthik, are you there with me? Mute कर लिया लगता है कार्तिक ने. Let's call Karthik once again. Is Karthik, unmute yourself.
Yes sir.
अभी म्यूट नहीं करना जब तक मैं ना बोलूं, ठीक है? ओके
नहीं सर, वो host is not allowing.
नहीं, आपने खुद म्यूट कर दिया होगा ना, उसके बाद थोड़ा दोबारा होगा जब तक मैं अलाउ नहीं करूंगा. ओके, so Karthik, we are in p11 directory. Look carefully, there are two files. Can you see underscore success and part hyphen r this file? Okay, I'm going to use one command here. जैसे आपने बताया वैसे मैं एक command use कर रहा हूँ. Okay, यहाँ लिख देता हूँ p11 बस. What will happen now? See, this is the command. I'm saying कि जो डायरेक्टरी p11 है उसका रेप्लिकेशन फैक्टर 8 करना है, यही इसका यही मीनिंग है ना. और ये डायरेक्टरी p11 आप देख रहे हो, ठीक है? What will happen, Karthik, if I run this command? And those who can answer, they can raise their hands. Yes, Karthik?
Sir, wait a second.
Okay, fine. अगर आंसर आना होगा तो इमीडिएटली आ जाएगा ये, ठीक है? Okay. Let's ask Dimanshu. Thank you, Karthik. You can mute yourself. Yes, Dimanshu.
फाइल के अंदर जितनी भी फाइल है ना डायरेक्टरी के अंदर सारी चेंज हो जाएगी 8 में.
हाँ, all the files and all the sub directories और उसके नीचे जितनी भी फाइल्स हैं सबका replication factor 8 हो जाएगा. You can see this. So you will see the replication for both the files under p11 set to 8. Okay, you can see it here also. Once I refresh this, you can see that the replication has changed to 8. That is how set rep works. ठीक है Dimanshu, thank you. All right. Let's go for a quick poll again. Okay. The poll is in front of you. Answer quickly. We just discussed this thing, but be careful with your answers. Read it carefully. All right. Closing this poll now. Sharing the results with you. 45 people answered correctly. We just use it, set rep. Okay. But some people still want set and then R capital and then S capital, R capital. So can we have those people here who have answered the first option? Raise your hands, please. Raise your hands, please. Who have answered the first option? 4 people have answered. Okay. Yes, Dimanshu. No. Raise your hands who have answered the first option, please. Once again. Raise your hands once again. जिन बच्चों ने फर्स्ट ऑप्शन पिक की है, रेज योर हैंड्स प्लीज. मितेश, ओके. यस मितेश, अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ. मनप्रीत, ओके. मितेश अनम्यूट करो.
सर मुझे पोल शो नहीं हुआ. गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
आपको पोल शो नहीं हुआ?
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग. पोल नहीं शो हुआ तो आई कांट हेल्प इट, आई एम सॉरी. That's something, you know, from my end everybody is viewing, so some problem at your end. Yes Manpreet.
सर नेटवर्क इशू था.
हाँ वो तो रहेगा ही. देखो आपको मतलब उसमें प्रॉब्लम ना रहे सब्जेक्ट पास करने के लिए नेटवर्क को थोड़ा कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा आपको. यस मनप्रीत.
सर कंफ्यूजन हो गई थी.
कंफ्यूजन हम अभी तो यूज किया. आप अगर अच्छे से स्क्रीन पर देखो.
सर वो कॉपी पर लिख रहा था ना सर, उससे कैप्चर हो गया.
देखो आई थिंक अभी भी वो स्क्रीन पे ही है जो लिखा हुआ है. देखो
सर सेटअप सर लिखा सर लिखा था ना पेज पर.
आपको पता है ना जो the case sensitivity is important in Hadoop, in Java, in C, in C++. आपको देखना पड़ता है किस चीज को कैसे लिखना है. ठीक है, no problems. Okay, so this is regarding the polls. All right, so I hope you've liked this today's review. Those of you who have liked the review that we have done with HDFS, you can raise your hands. If you have liked it, if it's a good revision for all of you. Quick revision and a good revision, I would say. Okay, so a breather for 1 or 2 minutes. Then I'll discuss something new today, some operators in Pig, which you should just read and see how they work. You won't be able to make much out of them as per the usage is concerned, but they are there. Okay. All right. You can lower your hands now. Thank you. There's a 2 minutes break. Okay. While I just load the Pig for you guys. You can have a glass of water. It's a break of 2 minutes. I'm just loading Pig. So we are in the grunt shell. So let's begin again. Let's load our emp relation, the emp data set. I'm using a local file system. Okay, I've used so I'll be using emp.dat using Pig storage. So let me load this file and let's dump this so that we can see our emp. There's some problem. This emp file is not there. I think emp file is not there. Let's see. Okay, it's not there. It was there in the distribute file system. So let us copy it from there. Can somebody help me in copying the emp.dat file from my distributed file system to the local file system we just discussed? Okay. So Dimanshu is very quick to raise the hand. Yes, Dimanshu.
Sir, pig hyphen local.
I want to copy this file emp.dat from my distributed file system into the local file system. And remember, I am not in my local file system. I am present in the grunt shell.
Achha, okay, sir.
Okay, so let's ask Kamlesh. Kamlesh to chale gaye. Let's ask Anchal. Yes, Anchal.
Sir, it can be fs hyphen put.
Yeah, fs. While you are in grunt shell, if you want to use the HDFS commands, use fs. And then from this, ऐसे हो जाएगा? नहीं, ऐसे नहीं, उल्टा करना है. हमारे पास लोकल फाइल सिस्टम में नहीं है फाइल, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड में है. ओके, सो वी वांट अ गेट कमांड. ओके, emp dot. Okay, this is the command. I think it's emp.txt. Yeah. That's why all the trouble. Sorry. It should be, let's load it as emp.txt. हमने dat कर दिया ना. वो extension ये है. This should be the extension. Yeah. Sorry for this. So let's dump this and we can see the records. Okay. This is the emp table. Okay. I'm using one operator now. If I use describe, what will happen? I'll use 3 operators. Okay, one by one. If I describe X, what will happen? Kindly suggest. I'm asking you that I've just loaded this file emp.txt into the relation name X. If I describe X, what will happen? Okay, Dimanshu wants to tell me again. Gagan, okay, Madhav is not answered. Let's ask Madhav. Yes, Madhav. Madhav, can you hear me? Oh, Madhav is gone. Let me locate Madhav. Yes, Madhav, unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What will happen, Madhav, here if I use describe?
Sir, it will show the schema in the byte array form.
Okay, it will show the schema basically, right? That's fine.
Yes.
Say, there is no schema. So we have not mentioned any schema, so it won't show any schema. Hai na? We must write some basic, to get it. So we must write something like as a comma b comma c, something like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I write this, then you can see the schema, right? You can see this schema here. So अगर हम as use करेंगे तो ही schema आएगा ना. अगर as use नहीं करेंगे, like we must write at least something like this, as and then the field names. Okay. Then we'll get the schema. Okay. So if I describe this, so let me now use this something known as an explain operator. Okay, I'm saying explain X. Okay, see what happens. Okay, so explain and illustrate, two operators are there. Okay, which help you to see, the working of your relations or your data sets. See how it has told you, this explain operator. Here it started, explain operator. Okay, so this schema is there, A is there, this given some internal number to it, serial number to it, hash 49 byte array, all the description is there. It is explaining how it is, what all is there with this. So you can see the column output IDs 49, 50, 51, it has assigned it automatically. Then it is telling you that what is the projection type. Okay, so if you want to read the detail, you can go ahead with it, but at your level it's not required, right? So this is regarding, it is explaining about the entire working of your relation, how it is laid out. Okay, what are the data types. Okay, and then where the file from where you've loaded your this relation X, the concerned file is this, and the function is this, pig storage function is a comma separated file. So all the information is there, and then some map reduce plans internal are there. Okay, so you need to be very, very good to understand it. Like admins, they do it. If there is some problem, they do it, but basically it is just telling you about your schema in a more detail. And let's now look for illustrate operator. Okay, is more descriptive. Illustrate operator. Okay, so if I say illustrate X, see the detail now. See, it will now, what it will do, it will pick up some records also to tell you. It is now showing you the entire thing. It's showing you, it is illustrating how this relation is laid out. Okay, so see it from here, illustrate X, just see the details. Okay, a lot of detail is there about the column, the offsets, what is the size. So if you wish, you can study in detail about these two operators, and you can discuss with me in the next class. Okay, I'm not taking all the pain to explain it to you in detail. I would, but in the next class, once you have also studied what it means, so that we can have a good discussion. Illustrate is a more, is a better way of understanding about this. And the difference between illustrate and explain would be that illustrate would require a schema. Without a schema, illustrate won't work. Explain will work. Remember this. Explain will work without a schema. Illustrate won't work without a schema. Okay. So this was regarding these operators. You can study them, explain and illustrate, and discuss with me in the next class in greater detail. Okay. I'm not taking too much time on these two here, right? Then let's go back to our local file system, the bash shell. Okay, and let's now discuss about some more commands. Okay, let's see the web UI to Okay, let's pick up the delete. The trash policy, that's very important in HDFS. So somebody can just start a discussion on the trash policy. Raise your hands. We are going to discuss something about the HDFS trash policy, or setting up the policy and how it works. You can raise your hands if you can speak something about this trash policy. Okay, Kunal wants to speak. Anshul, Mittal. Two people have raised hand. Okay. Yes, Kunal. Yes, Kunal.
Yes, sir. Sir, when we delete a file from local file system, it goes to trash, and when we delete a file from web UI.
No. Your initial line is not correct, Kunal. You said when we delete a file from the local file system. No, we are talking about the trash of the distributed file system. So when we delete a file from our HDFS, it is it does not go to trash if the trash policy is not set. Okay,
Yes, sir.
So we like.
And sir, we set up that limit also in the configuration file, that how many minutes it will remain there.
Okay, and what is that configuration file, Kunal? Take your time to answer. Don't rush with your answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Where is
Sir,
that file located? Which configuration?
sir, I think core site.xml.
I also think the same. Let's locate it.
Yes, sir.
I've opened the file, so you can see the trash policy here. All of you can see it. So I'm using trash policy fs.trash.interval.
3 minutes.
Okay, so I've set up a value here that is in minutes. So this tells us that the file, if we delete, it will stay in trash for a period of 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And then
yes,
we
sir.
can put a trash.checkpoint.interval property
interval.
that after every 1 minute, after 1 minute, what will happen? This file will be moved from, there is a folder, current folder. When you delete a file, it first goes to the current folder, okay, within
sir.
your user HD user folder, okay. The trash is there, user HD user trash, and below that there would be a current folder where the file will stay for a period of 1 minute, and then after that a timestamp based folder would be there, okay, where the file would be kept. Okay, so let's see this, Kunal. That's a good answer from you. Thank you. Let's
Thank
see
you.
this. Let's create a file. Yeah, we just had this file. Let's see some file in our root which we just shifted. This file, Amisha, let's move it to trash. So the command that would be here is hadoop fs. What is the command? -rm.
Yes, sir. -rm.
Okay.
And the file name.
Amisha.
Path.
Okay. That's
Yes,
I want to move this. So you can see it will appear on screen. Okay. Moved this. Okay. You can see to trash. Okay. It is in the trash में current folder. Okay. In the current folder. The time is 11:13. So let's go there to the trash. Let's be quick so that we can see the current folder. User, HD user, trash. We have a current folder, you can see. 11:13 it came here. So the moment the clock strikes 11:14, this current will change to a timestamp. So your file is there in the current folder right now. Okay.
Okay.
So let it be 11:14. This current folder would no longer be in picture. It will be picked up by, yeah, it's 11:14 now. So this folder is not here. Okay. So we have this folder now. This is a date time folder. Okay. So we click on it. We have the Amisha file here, and it will stay here till 11. What time it will stay here?
For 17.
Yeah, 11:17 it will be here, and after
3
that
minutes.
it would be deleted, right? Okay, fine. That is a trash policy, so that we understand. All right. So let's see what next we can learn in HDFS before we can shift to PEG again. So we have the commands. Setrep has also been done. FSCK has been done. Let's now talk about the safe mode. Okay. So we know that there is a safe mode of name node. That is when name node is initially, when the cluster is started, the name node goes into something known as a safe mode. Okay. So I'll show it to you. I'll just use a stopping of the services here. Okay. I'll just stop all the services and then I'll start the services. Okay. Immediately after I start the services, I'll try to, do something with my distributed file system. Okay. So let me start the services here. I'm starting the distributed file system services once again. Okay, for some fixed duration of time while the blocks are being checked, the name node stays in something known as a safe mode, where it does not allow insertions or deletions. Okay. So I want to copy some file here, say hadoop fs -put. Say there is a file Amisha here, right? So let's put it back to this. If it is in safe mode, it won't allow it. Okay. So you see, initially when you start your cluster, the distributed file system services, your name node is in safe mode. Till the time it checks a fixed percentage of the blocks, it validates certain blocks. Okay, so it won't allow you any insertion or deletion from your cluster. You can read files from your cluster, but no insertions and deletions while it is in safe mode. So you can see now, let's check the, let me see the command HDFS DFS admin hyphen safe mode get. Now safe mode is off. Okay, now we get the status of the name node. So that is a safe mode command is there. So get will tell us whether our safe mode is, what is the status of it. So if you want, again, we want to do some, you don't want somebody to interact with your cluster except reading, then you can give a safe mode. You can put your safe mode name node into safe mode. Okay, so now you will say that the safe mode is on. Safe mode is on. Okay, so once again, there is no, now if you check the status, it will say safe mode is on. So 3 commands: get to check the status of safe mode, whether safe mode is on or off. Enter is to put the name node into safe mode, and if you want to take it out, so you can use a leave command here. HDFS DFS admin leave would again take it out of. So if you just check with this, it will say safe mode is off. All right, so this is regarding the safe mode. Very important concept, because if there is some problem, if it is validating certain things, sort of checking whether everything is good, it will go into safe mode. So you can check the status with the commands that I have just shown you. All right, so now if you have any questions, if you want me to discuss about any topic from your HDFS, and anything related to your HDFS, you can ask now. You can put a question. Aditya Sharma wants to ask something. Yes, Aditya, go ahead.
Sir, I didn't understand the trash policy.
You didn't understand the trash policy. Okay. What about that trash policy? This is our core site.this file. 2 properties of trash are there: fs.trash.interval and fs.trash.checkpoint.interval, right? So what do you want to know about them? The fs.trash.interval is the time for which the file stays in the trash, and after that it would be out of the trash. You can't recover it. And checkpoint is like after every 1 minute, your Hadoop system will check all the files which need to be removed, whose interval has passed, and they will be moved out of the trash. What do you want to ask, Aditya? You muted yourself once again. Yes, Aditya. What do you want to ask about them?
The second one, checkpoint.
Checkpoint is basically, you see, while you move your file into the trash, it is there in the current folder. There's a folder named as current. And after 1 minute, it will be moved into a date time folder. And after 3 minutes, it would be moved out of that date time folder. But this checkpoint will check after every 1 minute. There would be a check, and your Hadoop system will look for the files which are older than your fs.trash.interval, and all those files would be removed. It is done by this checkpoint. It checks after every 1 minute. It would be a check.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You need to use it, to understand it fully. So just remove a file and look into your trash folder and see, after the what time interval your files are removed. You will understand.
Okay, sir.
All right, fine. Okay, any more questions? All right then, If there are no questions, I think we can close this class here today. So I'm closing this class now.